In today's stream, we'll be going ahead and grinding some more Easter event in Ghost Simulator. Hopefully we aren't lagging too much and the lag goes away, but check. Drop frames on my network looks fine, that's normal. Skip frames due to rendering lag, 5.7%. Skip frames due to encoding lag, 11.7%. Okay, so encoding is not being fun, and I can see that on my screen. Alright, let's do this really quick. Alright, I think we are hopefully at least live. I don't know how quality-wise we are, since we are kind of, yeah. Yeah, okay. We should be fine now. But yeah, I'll be going ahead and grinding some of the Easter events, some of the invasions in my private server. There is a link in the description of this video and also pinned in the chat. So if you want to go ahead and join, you guys can join from that private server link. It is open to everyone. I know some privacy settings, some people aren't able to join, which is not really an easy way to fix that, since generally it's locked until that. But yeah, we're basically going to be grinding the Easter invasion events. I have a little bit of glitchy boss scum. Looks like this is someone over here. Since it is a 3-player, each of us will probably just be camping around Portal. It is going to be a small event though, so it isn't too much of a big deal yet. Alright, let me go make sure I'm not missing anything. I think there's an invisible ghost somewhere here, and I'm scared because I'm probably leaking it. Okay. Where in the world is my frames? Does 10,000 Gum have a good chance at a Rift Gum? I don't know exactly the chances, but I think 10,000 Gums does seem like a decent chance at getting it. I'd say 10,000 would get you a Rift Gum. But yeah, a lot of it comes down to RNG. Like, obviously, you can get, like, 5 and converting 10 gum if you get lucky enough, or even less in more. Let's see, did we leak that ghost? I don't think we actually did, which is funny. No, someone else leaked that ghost. Alright. But yeah, you can't join. Yeah, I know not everyone's going to be able to join. But if you want to, you guys can go ahead. It looks like quite a few people already have. Right now we are in the middle of one, so you can't join this invasion. But we will be spamming invade out for getting these invasions as fast as possible. Quick question, why do you do Yoko for rebirths? You are required to do Yoko for rebirth since you need to get into Luna's room for Blaze's quest. So it isn't something optional. You have to do it to get Luna's key so you can complete Agent Blaze's quest. You need to complete Agent Blaze's quest before... Or you can actually get into the final boss, which you need to... Okay. What's going on? Why is this person following me? Can you even... Yeah, I don't think you can actually skip Yoko's or Blaze's quest to actually, I think they patched that out. At one point you were able to skip that quest, but I don't think anymore. I can't join because of the privacy settings. Yeah, if you're under 13, privacy settings are defaulted to not allow you to be able to join other people's private servers. If your account is above 13, you can generally go into settings and change those. But for right now, they are kind of, you can't really change them if you're under 13. This was an issue we were having last stream. There isn't really any way around it. Doesn't matter too much. No, you can't, yeah, you can't skip Blaze's quest, so, but anyways, we are done with the first invasion event. That is another 2 keys, I think. Or 2 keys in total now. But yeah. If you already have one Ecto Token Tycoon, I think it depends on how long it takes you to get a rebirth. If it takes you less than, like, I don't know, less than like 5 hours, or not less than 5 hours, less than like 10 hours to get a rebirth, and you're able to get a few rebirths quickly, then yeah, I think it is worthwhile switching over to Soul Tycoon, since it is this early. But if it takes you a long time to get a rebirth, like a few days, then it's probably good to make use out of that few days investment you already have into Ecto Token Tycoon, because it isn't actually too much of a difference between them. Ecto Token Tycoon actually has a slightly better gem rate per boss, whereas Soul Tycoon is just literally has all the other better stuff. Alright, we got stuck there. But yeah. There we go. We'll go ahead and event bait for the next one. Hopefully this one's a medium one, so we get a few more people joining. Hello, Ice Chair. Hello, Seps. But yeah, I think a lot of it depends on how fast you can actually grind. Alright, looks like there is someone over there. Being decent. In theory, we could literally just AFK this. Okay, looks like this person needs help. You aren't actually allowed to AFK in these events. You actually get kicked out if you spend more than half the time AFK. But it is technically something. If you get enough people, you really don't need to do anything, so you just kind of wander around doing nothing. But yeah. What auto clicker website do I use? I've actually explained this in a previous video, but I use the fastest mouse clicker, or fastest auto clicker for Windows, or the fastest, I don't know. Yeah, the fastest mouse clicker for Windows. That's the one I use. It's for Windows only, but it does have some decent stuff. I actually use an outdated version of it, not like the most recent one, but you can use the most recent one if you want. But yeah, you only really need to use it for unboxing in Ghost Simulator and maybe some bosses, but yeah, it's not too bad. Anyways, for the most part of this event, we will be going ahead and using Loot Gum, just to get some more eggs, because I don't think I will have enough eggs for everything I want to do with the eggs this event. Alright, who leaked the ghost? But yeah, if you... where's my frames? I swear, there must be something I have setting-wise wrong with, how I have this set up, because I get, like, really bad frame problems a lot of the time when I'm streaming. Actually, right now we seem to be decent on both memory and, or due to encoding. Yeah, okay. We're actually doing fine right now. We have 0 frames missed due to... Where are all your ghosts going? No one said you could leave. Let's see. Alright. Is the board Skyhopper rare? Actually, I think that one's a decent one if I remember correctly. I think it's a limited store one. So I would suggest not trading it, but yeah. Speaking of unboxing, 3 cost words. Yeah, really nice. I know getting your first class ride is always very exciting. Once you get the first one, though, they do start snowballing kind of quickly because you understand how to actually unbox finally. But yeah, nice job. When I bought it, it gave me 2 for some reason. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know exactly what went on there. So sometimes there's problems with how it works. You might have got charged twice or something from it for some reason. But yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't worry too much about it. Devs definitely aren't going to take a second one away from you this long, because that was, if I remember correctly, that was limited over a year ago, so not too big of a deal. And honestly, it was probably more of a Roblox glitch than anything else. But yeah. Do you need to do Yoko's quest to get a perk? No, you actually need to do Yoko's quest to get Luna's key to get access to Luna's room. Because you need access to both those 2 things to complete Blaze. Completing Blaze is required to Rebirth because he is the requirement to get into the final boss, and you're required to do the final boss before you can go to Void. So all in all, you are required to go ahead and do both Yoko and Blaze for each Rebirth. It used to not be the case for the first like month or 2 after those things came out. There was actually a glitch where you could just get into the Void without going through the final boss. But that has since been patched and is no longer how the game works. Anyways, let's go ahead and use another event bait. This will be for a boss. But yeah, finally got Lucky Eyes on your main. Nice. Yeah, getting some of the perks is kind of nice. I know you can cheese Lucky Cats and get them before you get the Lucky Eyes Rebirth perk, but like finally having some of those perks is really nice. Every Rebirth kind of feels like a pretty good accomplishment, even if they're like pretty quick to do. Pretty quick, or even if they are like, once you do them, it's kind of, you have them forever. It's always really nice to get another Rebirth. Yeah. Let's see. How full is the server? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people in the server right now, so we still have space for 4 more if they want to join. I'd like 3 rebirths before. Yeah, that's actually generally what people recommend. You're getting stuff like Master Hunter and Ghostly Vision are definitely better than Lucky Eyes. And then generally people also grab like a Divine Set for some reason. It's actually not a good idea to grab a Divine Set, but a lot of people will do it anyways. But yeah. Yeah, at some point I've been debating if I want to get some more rebirths on my account, because right now I'm sitting at like 19 rebirths. Like really, this is the only reason I haven't really rebirthed in a while, is because I have been working on getting 100% game completion and events and stuff like that. But like during this Easter event, there isn't really actually a good reason not to rebirth once I get bored of the event itself. Like once I get done with the getting at least 1 mythical or maybe 2 mythicals, or 1 of each mythical or something like that, I might end up just going for some more rebirths quickly while the event is going on, so I can go ahead and get a few more on the Ecto tokens. But at the same time, I kind of want to wait till Remnant Zone is done to actually rebirth some more. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Hello, Zenek. Yeah, before you got Lucky Eyes, you got the Divine Set, Ghostly Eyes, and the Multi-Vac thingy. Yeah, that is generally the path that people end up going. Usually people, for the first rebirth, either end up asking people what they should rebirth and getting Master Hunter, or they end up choosing their own and ending up grabbing something like a Divine Set, because Divine Set is definitely looking like one of the best things to grab. It has good stats, it has all that fun stuff. Hopefully we can get more than at least 6 people into this one. Yes, we do have exactly 6, so 2 people are in there. I'll go find someone that is solo. Yeah, looks like I am going to be over here. But yeah. Yeah, if you have at least 6 people, you're usually able to do these pretty consistently. I might end up switching over to Vacuum Gum just to make it a little bit faster. Because I've been I generally want to use loot gun, but on these large events, especially during like the last like 5 waves, you definitely want to be using vacuum gum so you can actually clear the ghosts in the time they spawn. Yeah, you wish you could join on your main? Yeah, sometimes it's unfortunate just how Roblox likes to keep the or people secure stuff. Am I leaking any? No, I'm not. Okay, good. I did Eyes, Hunter Vision, Master Hunter Vision, 3 Divines, 3 Tycoons, all the others, then 1 more. Still adding to 14. That seems like a super inefficient strategy for getting rebirths, to be honest. Like getting 1 of each. I know some people like to get 1 of each for like completion and stuff, but like really it's not worth it if you're wanting to go through it efficiently. Yeah, I know a lot of people aren't able to join the server. Just kind of how it is. We'll go ahead and use glitchy loot gum, and then we'll go ahead and equip a glitchy vacuum gum for whenever this glitchy loot gum ends, because hopefully this dude's doing fine. Where frames? What? Yeah, 4 FPS is low. 4 FPS? This feels like 2 FPS. Alright, there we go. Now we're back to 10 FPS. We at least aren't leaking any ghosts, which is kind of the main thing, is not to be leaking any, so people have to waste time finding them. But yeah. I don't know if it's Roblox or me with the lag sometimes. Also looks like someone else leaked some ghosts somewhere, so we need to go find those. What's the rarest pet in the game? Rarest pet in the game is currently the YouTuber pet, Fire Pegasus, I think. So yeah, it is worth a lot. So yeah, you definitely don't have it or know anyone with it, to be honest. It was a code pet offered to old YouTubers in the game. I technically joined after it was discontinued, so I don't actually have one. Nor would I really trade it even if I did have it, but yeah. Alright, there we go. Now we're using vacuum gum. We can actually keep up with this flow of ghosts. But yeah, after that though, since that one's technically a limited item to like only YouTubers in theory, although a lot of random people do have it, would be. I hate when you get this laggy that they start becoming invisible when they spawn. That's like the worst, because you have to go spend time chasing. And you don't know if one invisibly snuck past you the entire way or something like that. But yeah. Do I have the setting that people can join you if they follow you? Actually, anyone should be able to join me from my profile if I'm in a public server. Right now I'm in a private server. So you actually need to join it via the private server link. So yeah. Generally though, if you want to join me, you can just go to my profile and join me if I'm in a public server. What? These ghosts act really weird when you vacuum them. But yeah, this is more of like this is probably going to be a lot more of a grind session than usual. With like the main focus just being getting a lot of you guys to help with it. Because I've tried doing, or I haven't really tried, but I've done like 1 or 2 of these in like public servers. And it's a pain to actually do these in a public server unless you have like friends in it or something. So I think everyone really benefits from having me do this sort of thing with the private server. So we can get a lot of good people in the same server and actually get through these events pretty quick. But yeah, since this is a large event, can I actually legitimately... No, I can't even... Okay, I was about to say, since this is a large event, I do want to use a glitchy boss gum on it. But I don't think I have time to actually use a glitchy boss gum unless I, like, stall, like, a lot. Which, in theory, I could stall, but I don't think you guys would allow me to. Because I technically need to stall a whole 80 seconds. And technically, like... in reality, that would be a whole minute of just sitting around letting a ghost shoot something. So I don't think we'll be worrying about using a glitchy boss gun. Because, like, yeah, these last 2 ghosts are technically would just need to survive for another minute or something. Whereas, like, really, they should just get vacuumed. But yeah, from now on, I need to remember to save that boss gun, save for a boss gun during, like, even if I end at, like, wave 7, I need to be using boss gun instead of vacuum gun. Alright. That's at least noted. I now know the timing on that. We will go ahead and use another event bait and just start spamming it out. Yeah, I think a lot of people are looking at this event and they either like it's going to take a lot longer to grind than normal. I don't know why we joined it. We're just making this thing last longer than it needs to at this point. The lag. Yeah. Remind me next time not to join these race events because I am just kind of making them take longer. But yeah, I think a lot of people are looking at this event and then seeing how long it takes to grind. And then we're also realizing that they need to actually have people to grind with it if they want to make it efficiently. Because, like, if you're grinding this event solo... Oh, wait, we got 3rd. Okay. I'll take that. Then we'll go ahead and use another event bait. But yeah, if you're playing this event solo, you're kind of you kind of have to go find someone else to grind with, because you need at least 2 other people to go through these events efficiently. All right, let's go use a glitchy loot gum. Okay, there's literally 3 of you guys here. Yeah, this event is kind of weird. Did we crash? No, we didn't crash. Okay. Just everything seemed to have froze. But yeah. Yeah, this event, I don't know. I feel like people either really like it or really don't like it. Like, I like the structure of this event. I feel like there is a little bit of problems with, like, I don't know, the differences in size. It feels a little weird. But... I don't think there's any, like, huge major problems like there's been in previous events where everyone just hates it. Yeah, this is a Roblox issue. People's, like, get stuck. But yeah. How fast can I solve a Rubik's Cube? About 20 seconds. Or not 20 seconds, like 30, 40 seconds. Probably slower now that I've forgotten, like, half of the, like, F2L. Although I only knew like half F2L to begin with, so it's actually, yeah, I'd say a minute would be probably the best estimate. 40 seconds would probably be somewhere between 40 seconds and a minute. But yeah, definitely, I think definitely not 20 seconds. I think that was a little bit too ambitious. Especially since I really haven't solved one in, like, I don't know, a few days. More like a year or something. I mean, I don't know. I guess we could see, like, there's really nothing going on right now. Yeah, there's someone over here that can deal with all the ghosts. Alright. am I doing? Me being AFK during the event, yeah. And then I have no idea how to solve this top layer efficiently, so. Yeah, no idea what that means. Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of done at this point. Like, there's no way I solved this correctly. There we go. See any of those in the correct spot? Nope. Absolutely none. Right, whatever. There we go, and... yeah. I haven't really been practicing either. Okay. There we go. So it's done. But yeah, that's I'm not the greatest at Rubik's cubes, especially since I really haven't solved one in like over a year at this point. I mean, if I at one point I was thinking about sitting down and learning like F2L and last layer and OLL and all that stuff, but yeah, not really super good. I can solve it though, which is definitely a definitely a feat in itself, but yeah, not really too quick. A lot of it would help if I actually learned OLL and PLL. I think those are probably the fastest I could improve. F2L would be nice, but at the same time, F2L is a little bit harder to learn than OLL and PLL, if I remember correctly. But yeah. Yes, I am in a private server. There's a link in the pinned comment or in the description of this video if you want to go ahead and join. Yeah, right now we have, I think, 8 people in the server still, so should be plenty of room if you want to go ahead and join. Yeah. You got any tips for which gums to use and when during invasions for biggest profits? I like to use loot gum pretty much entirely during events or during invasions. I can understand use of vacuum gum if you want to make it faster. And then in terms of large events, using a boss gum at the end of large events, I think is definitely worth it too. So, yeah, pretty much that would be my suggestions for events. Use a boss gum at the end of a large event, like right before it ends. Using vacuum gum or loot gum during the event should maximize profit. I'd recommend loot gum, but if you need to, you can use vac gum to keep up with Ghost Spam. You should still be able to join on mobile, I think. Yeah, last I checked, private servers still work on mobile. I know I know they work on, like, at least my device and on most people's devices. But there might be some setting you have to configure somewhere to allow that, which I'm not familiar with. Also, let's go ahead and actually equip loot gum, and then let's go use another vent bait. Alright, this should be a medium event. We should have at least 7 people, I think, in this one. Because generally speaking... Oh, we got 9 people in this event. Yeah, I think for this event, we probably don't even need to do anything at this point. But we will go over here. Hopefully, there's not anyone else over here, so we can have a 3 people per portal. Which at the same time might be a little bit fast, but whatever. But yeah. Yeah, we don't even need to do anything. Yeah, at this point, we do actually have all the Easter eggs I think I need, so I'm not actually too worried about those. I know first part of the event, I was quite worried about, yeah, 4 people in this, yeah. As long as there's at least 1 person in every other area, we are fine. I think, actually, it looks like Zenek moved over to that one. Yeah, I have no idea why Roblox is really bad with avatar placements. But yeah, for some reason, like, every time you join Ghost Simulator, people are just chilling everywhere. Interesting. watch out, there is a stream going. All right, we're back. Yeah, I had to start. Sorry, I had to mute, and you can probably still hear it in the background, but I had to mute and turn off my webcam. People were in my room, so yeah, we are going to continue with the invasion event. Obviously, I mean, this isn't really super productive. This is more of just a stream to get a lot of you guys involved, more than like actually doing something interesting, I guess, in some respects. So it doesn't matter too much if a stream isn't being with the webcam, but yeah, I had to turn off my webcam, and I don't know how much of you guys caught before I managed to get all that off, but yeah. No, we'll continue with this. Next up is a large invasion event. Looks like someone else already did it. We'll tip the teleport, hopefully, get in time. Yeah, I think the one thing I don't like about this event is the fact that you have to join it right from the beginning, and it's kind of hard to actually get. There's a short window to actually join. In some ways, that's great. Generally speaking, during events and stuff, there's a lot. There's too big of a window. There's like a minute of a window versus like the 15 seconds you really need. And if you're doing it in a private server, it's even worse because it's 30 seconds where no one else can even join. But yeah, I think the fact that that's pretty fine. It looks like most of you guys are still able to join, even with that short window. So I don't think it's too big of a deal that it is such a short window, but I don't know. I don't know what your guys' opinions on that. Thoughts on the April Fool's update. I kind of like the April Fool's update. obviously is a bit more of a meme update than like a legitimately good event sort of stuff. So a lot of it were just jokes and stuff. And I think that's fine for an update. I think it gave everyone a good laugh. It's a lot more refreshing than the constant grind that some of these events are. Like this one especially is going to be definitely a grind and a half for people who plan on actually getting a mythical or both mythicals, or if they release more mythicals, all of those mythicals too. But definitely in some cases I understand why people don't like that event. They're like, why even have an update if it's just going to be this easy? Also, we are leaking invisible ghosts everywhere, and I don't know where they are anymore. I think we actually got them all. I don't know because they're invisible, but I think that was all the ghosts we needed to grab. Let's go check to make sure no one else is leaking, or we aren't leaking. Yeah, it looks like it's just the large ghost left. I really like the April Fool's update, but I thought the board was pretty underwhelming. Yeah, there are definitely some cases where like the reward you get from some quest lines is kind of awkward. Especially when it is a board, it's literally just a cosmetic, and so if you don't like it for some reason, it ends up making the event like that much less appetizing. Like when it's a pet, you at least have like, oh yeah, it can be used for stats, and generally you aren't using it for stats anyways, so it is kind of just a collectible. But when it's a board, you kind of want it to actually look good. Also, we are 100% leaking something here. And I don't know why that is, other than I am misclicking ghosts because they're stacking up like this. Alright, there we go. Alright, at this point I think our next gum usage will be a boss gum. So I think we'll go ahead and equip that. Glitchy boss gum. Hopefully we don't accidentally use it a little too early. I don't think we can, just based on timings, since we are in wave 5 right now. And the last few waves do go by really quickly since they spew out all the ghosts in like 30 seconds. But yeah. Alright, I think we leaked it? No, there's a big ghost somewhere. But yeah. I was expecting a bow pet. Yeah, that's the thing about a lot of events. People are always expecting a bow pet or a pug pet or something like that. And like, sometimes there aren't any of those. Like, generally there is a pug pet, but like, not always. Another thing about this event is I really need to design a pet at some point for a purple. Because, like, with a king pug, there almost definitely needs to be a princess purple. Just because, like, you'll understand, like, how that alliteration and the fact that like it's a purple is kind of needed. Someone linked something somewhere, so let's go see if we can help them. Not over here. All right, whatever. They already figured it out. But yeah, I have to submit it though. The thing is, I don't know if I have time to actually go make that art. It would be great if someone else made that art so it can actually, like, you know, be submitted. But the thing is, like, right now, it's actually probably a little too late for them to actually include it in the Easter update. Unless, like, they've already built it. Just because they probably have all the pets already planned that they are going to release for the event. But yeah. Alright. I'm assuming that's not a ghost that we leaked, and that's just a big ghost, like, chilling over here. No, okay, they just leaked a ghost, and they're just, like, chilling here, not even noticing that they leaked a ghost. Would I legalize a nuclear bomb? What kind of question is that? Like, what is the purpose of nuclear bombs? There's literally no good use for them. Unless, like, a good use you consider is destroying, like, you know, an entire area for any use whatsoever, which I don't think is a good use. Alright, these guys actually managed to clean up. We'll go ahead and use our boss gum now so I don't forget to use it later, since there's no way these last 2 waves last longer than 2 minutes. And then we'll go ahead and hopefully just spam through these ghosts with everyone. But yeah. Hopefully after we are done with this, we see our keys go up to 32. That is, in theory, how much we should get from this, or not 32. 28. We should get 16 keys from this. I keep getting glitchy boss gum and enchanted boss gum mixed up. But yeah, I went ahead and grinded like 15 minutes for these 3 glitchy boss gums, so it isn't too much of an issue if I do end up wasting them or something. But yeah, there we go. Is there a round 10 or not? Yes. Small invasions go up to round 3. Medium invasions go up to round 5. Large invasions go up to round 10. And then on rounds 3, 5, 8, 9, and 10, I think there is a big ghost that spawns that drops a lot of eggs. And yeah. But yeah, with 8 players, with 8 good players, these end up being a pretty easy invasion events. You're not worrying too much about individual ghosts leaking. You're more worried about lag becoming an issue with your actual grinding speed. But looks like it is just the big ghost left. We should be seeing our number of Easter keys hop up from 12 to 28 once that ghost is defeated. Invasion successfully defeated, and now we have 28 keys. So yeah, hopefully we got through. My plan for this stream is to go ahead and get through the last 2 of my glitchy boss gums, so 2 more large events, so about double the time I've already spent. We've already been grinding for about 45 minutes, I think, so about another 45 minutes for about an hour and a half worth of a stream. But yeah. Yes, I got 16 keys from that, so the math is correct. Which means after we get the last 2 of these glitchy boss gums used, we should have about 8 keys from the small and medium events, since I'm not using glitchy boss gum on those. And then 32 keys from the large events, since I'm using 2 glitchy boss gums on 2 of those. For a total of 40 more keys from this event, or from today. Which is going to get us up to 68 keys, which is about a third of how much I am planning on grinding this event. Since I do want to get up to at least 250 keys to get myself a mythical. But yeah. That's a lot of crate keys. This is actually not that many crate keys. And if you're talking about Easter keys, it's actually not too many Easter keys anyways. That's only like, as I said, that's only about an hour and a half of grinding for this amount of Easter keys so far. So, yeah, grinding a glitchy boss gum to use on the large events, I think is definitely worth your time. I think that'll over quarter your time spent on this event. Just because large events do give you double the keys already, so using a glitchy boss gum on them will shorten your time a whole lot. Is grinding for enchanted gum worth it? It might be strictly worth it, but it's so much better to be grinding for glitchy gums than enchanted gums. Just because like it's over 2 times, almost 3 times more productive to be grinding for glitchy gums, and then on top of that, they're only like 25% worse. So it ends up being over 2 times better to be grinding for glitchy gums than it is for enchanted gums. For pretty much every use. Yeah, there's really no reason to grind for enchanted gums over glitchy gums. Really, the only reason to get enchanted gums is if you're grinding enchanted. If you're just grinding in the Remnant world already, and you're planning on going ahead and using, if you're already grinding there for like the leaderboard or something, you might as well go ahead and get gums while you're doing that. But yeah, for the most part, it is going to be better off to just go ahead and grind for glitchy gum if you're just grinding for gum specifically. Alright, someone's there. We'll go over here then. 9 players. Alright, looks like they actually have enough players there. But yeah, since this is a small event, we aren't going to be using glitchy boss gum or anything like that. It's like there's a lot of people there, so we'll go ahead and make sure over here is adequately supported. Nine on a small, yeah. There's some things about this where like grinding is a little bit weird. So you go from large events where you need those 9 players to like small events where we're literally all vacuuming the same ghost. You're pretty much getting a ghost per person per like every like 20 or 30 seconds, which is like not really sustainable. But yeah. I was stupid and wasted 400 crate keys trying to get a chroma float when I should have waited for a double luck event. To be honest, we have no idea if there was going to be another double luck event for like the last 2 years. Devs actually said they weren't going to do another double luck event, and then they ended up doing one anyways after changing how some of the luck multipliers worked. So in reality, there isn't actually too much of a difference between having waited for a double luck event and not. Just because they did kind of nerf how double luck works so that it's only a plus 10% or plus, it's only plus 100% instead of times 2 luck. So you're really only going from like a 6 times multiplier or 6.6 times multiplier up to a 7.6 times multiplier, which is an increase, yes, but at the same time it isn't actually as big of an increase as you'd hope for. When is my next hard mode stream? We'll see. I'll probably end up being, once I'm finished up this Easter event. Yeah, probably, maybe not once I finish up, but probably sometime in the next week or 2. I imagine I'll be doing another hard mode stream. But yeah. Is it worth using boss gum on medium invasions? Personally, no. I don't think if your boss gum is your limiting factor for grinding, you should be using boss gum on medium events. But if you have so much boss gum that you won't be able to use all of your boss gum on large events, then yeah, go ahead and use it on medium and small events. But if you are limited on your boss gum amount, go ahead and just use your boss gum on the larger events, and that'll be your best profit. But yeah, if you're going to be using it on a medium event, you're just as well off using it on a small event too. So it's either you use it on all events or you just use it on large events. And that really depends on whether or not you do have enough boss gum to warrant using it on every event, really. I think for most people, it just makes sense to go ahead and do it on large events. But there are some specific people like Rens or people with like hundreds of boss gums that do have a reason to just use it on all events. But yeah, I personally just recommend using it on why do Fern? Fern gives you 25 crate keys for the last quest of her quest line, or 33 crate keys overall entire quest line. So she is like a super good. She takes like an hour to do. But like if you do the math, an hour for 33 crate keys is one of the best ways to grind crate keys in the game. And so spending that hour to go ahead and get those crate keys, if you ever plan on using crate keys, or even if you don't plan on using crate keys but want to get like a chroma float at some point, which requires crate keys, but you know, it is worthwhile to just go ahead and grab those from doing Fern every time. But yeah, go ahead and do that. Invasion event started. But yeah. Now the main thing is for those 33 crate keys. It's a super worth it time-wise for terms of crate key amounts. But it sucks that the void crate requires 2 bow keys. Yeah, that's why everyone uses crate keys on those. Also, there is seriously 5 people in here. I don't know how many of these are just kind of frozen here because of Roblox, but yeah. Yeah, if you open like a different menu when you're supposed to get one of the invites to join the race or the invasion, the pop-up doesn't actually pop up, and you actually have to click the portal button up here to go ahead and join it, which is kind of annoying, but should be pretty easy to figure out. But yeah. But yeah, I think one of the things about this event that is going to be kind of funny is the fact that, like, legitimately these streams are probably going to be, like, people's best way to actually grind keys. Like, generally I play events by myself, but, like, just because of how much better it is to do this with multiple people that know how to do it, and how hard it is to actually find people who know how to do it, I feel like even, like, endgame people who generally grind alone will end up, like, trying to get a lot of people into the same server and, like, coordinate like that. Whereas, like, these streams I can basically coordinate, like I have, like, 9 people in this server at this point. Like, it's kind of funny just how efficient these streams are for key grinding. For, like, everyone involved. Also, I'm probably going to end up running out of Glitchy Bosscum. I'm going to end up running out of event bait most likely during this stream. Or these streams. Not this one's particularly, but, like, this Easter event is definitely going through a lot of my event bait. I think I've already used, like, 40 or something. Ridiculous like that. And there's really not an easy way to get more event bait. Did we leak a ghost? No, we didn't. But yeah. Yes, just please do these every day. I can't do these streams every day. There are some things I actually have to do. But yeah. Actually, the funny thing is that one of my school projects currently, it's the capstone project. So it's basically I have to do, like, own program for something coding wise, for college basically. And the thing is about that is I legitimately have a good excuse to do something super fun that I like, that's actually somewhat difficult too. Like, for instance, or actually I can explain that for you guys. It's not something like you guys won't understand. Alright, so the wiki has a lot of information on stuff, specifically Ghost Simulator wiki, but pretty much any wiki has a lot of pages and stuff, with a lot of information. But, like, one of the interesting things is if you want to, like, compare a lot of that information, it's actually kind of difficult. I'm going to have to blacklist some of these words, guys. How many more invasions am I going to do? I'm going to do 4 more invasions. I want to go through all of my Glitchy Bosscum on this stream. So about 30 more minutes probably of grinding. Maybe a little bit longer. Maybe I'll end up doing a little bit more Glitchy Bosscum grinding in between and then do one more large event. But honestly, I think in terms of time-wise, I think I'm about done once I finish up this Glitchy Bosscum. Yeah, I think having this a shorter stream is probably for the best. I'm probably going to end up doing, though, like a lot of more of these streams than I usually do stream-wise, like every other day or something funny like that, where it's actually going to be a pretty regular occurrence for me to use this. The only thing I need to do is grind some Glitchy Bosscum between every single stream, because this stuff really speeds up the amount of keys you can grind. So yeah. Yes, please do. Yeah. Yeah, blacklisting... I don't know if you can actually blacklist words on YouTube. I'm fairly sure you can. Just say you can, even if you can't, to keep this place calm. Yeah, okay. I'm fairly sure I can. It would probably take me a while to actually do it. But yeah, I will if, like, some stupid stuff gets to things. I think for now it's just a meme, so it's fine. But, yeah. We definitely don't want to miss this, so if someone does, we're going to abandon use of Glitchy XCOM. There we go, we got Glitchy XCOM used. We'll go ahead and use our event bait. Alright, hopefully everyone is able to join this. I know missing large events is kind of a pain sometimes. And there is only a really short, like, timer to actually get into it, but yeah. But yeah, this will be second of my 3 glitchy boss guns used. Yeah, the ideal strategy is just to go ahead and use, for me at least, I think it's going to be just use glitchy boss gun on large events. How's my username pronounced? You can pronounce it however you want. It's really, I would pronounce it just highest, like the word it's misspelled. It's supposed to be highest, but I misspelled it when I was like 10, so yeah. But you can pronounce it however you want. Someone joked about pronouncing it like poltergeist, whatever the ghost is. I don't. So pronounce it Heist. But really, you can pronounce it however you want, to be honest. Okay, someone leaked 9 ghosts. I think this person's going to need some help over on their thing. So we'll go ahead and come over here and help them. Because they're all alone. No, it's literally 2 testers and they're leaking ghosts. That's funny. Actually, one of the testers may have moved, but areas. But yeah. Does overcharge work in this event? It will knock ghosts down to 1 health. It won't completely kill them though. So yes and no. Yes, it does work. No, it won't one-shot them. It will put them down to 1 health, and then you can vacuum them instantly from there. But yeah. I'm only leaking because I'm eating pizza right now. Yeah, I understand being distracted is kind of, these events are a lot more casual. I'm not super concerned about actual leaking. It's actually, with the 8 people, it's going to be kind of difficult to actually, like, lose an event. Like, even during a large event, if you're solo, you can actually get it pretty close. You actually run out of time, around wave 9. So it's actually not, you won't actually die if you, are playing this right, even solo. In large events, it's actually time-wise that kills you. Whoa. So yeah, it's actually not too much of an issue if you guys do end up leaking a little bit, or a lot. Especially if, like, ghosts go invisible or something where you aren't actually able to, deal with them. I know sometimes I get laggy or the ghosts go invisible or something, now I can't deal with them. And I start leaking, but yeah. Chat is so weird. But yeah, this is what happens when you overcharge. It leaves ghosts at 1 health. I guess there's really not any ghosts that I can show that off with, but just believe me, that's how it works. Uh-oh. I know sometimes the ghosts just randomly move around. And so you actually, you end up just getting misclicked because they decide to move in front of your vacuum area. Geo the Pro, no, I don't think I do remember that username exactly. If I do, it would be from like years ago or something. I don't remember it recently for sure. Oh, good luck. I hate wasps. Like, okay, I don't hate wasps. Wasps aren't the worst. I don't like. I don't know. I don't like things that like can bite or sting you. It's kind of scary. Ghosts leaking. Must keep up. I think we should be fine with using a loot gum there. I think that should be soon enough that time-wise it will run out before we get to the end of this, and we are able to use a glitchy boss gum, hopefully. Yeah, I don't think anyone really does like wasps, but one of the, like, I don't know. I don't like spiders particularly. Like, I'm fine if they're not near me and I don't, like, want to kill them on sight. But, like, if they get near me or in my room or something, okay, in my room especially, but, like, I don't know. I don't like them on me or somewhere where I can't see them and then can see them then like can't see them. Like, if a spider disappears, it's bad. Actually, Overcharge may actually work on ghosts, which is, I didn't think it would one-shot them, but it might actually be one-shotting them. Alright, we'll go ahead and equip a boss gum now so I don't forget about it. But yeah. Yeah, just down to one? Okay. Alright. Yeah, absolutely no lag going on here, guys. Also, if at all possible, I would like this wave to last long enough for me to get a glitchy boss gum off. Which I don't think I have any control over at the moment, but, yeah. And I mean, 13 seconds left. There should be enough time for me to get a glitchy boss gum off, as long as I'm, like, spamming or something. Especially since it looks like we are the ones leaking. Yeah, okay, perfect. Alright, boss gum's off, so I don't matter anymore. We're just over here vacuuming as many ghosts as we can. Alright, there we go. It's like, this is the swarm of ghosts we need to deal with. And there we go. Perfect. And that should be another 16 keys, up to 48. Alright, I'll go ahead and use another event bait. Race events up. But yeah. I was the person who said the quality on my video was low and you told me how to fix it. Alright. I don't know how exactly... I don't remember that specific instance. But yeah. Thoughts on Ghost Simulator in general? Ghost Simulator is kind of underrated. I wish the developer, obviously there's reasons why it's underrated. Like, specifically, it isn't very conducive to new players. Also, this is a pretty close race. Nah, not that close of a race. But yeah, the thing is, a lot of the developers, like, there's a lot of stuff the developers could fix. It's kind of hard for them to figure out exactly what to fix. Alright, small event now. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to a glitchy loot gum so I don't accidentally use my boss gum. And yeah. 9 people for a small event. This is like the worst possible. I hate how this one comes out. There's like, I don't know. It's just kind of weird to have this many people for this small of an event or invasion. But yeah, we'll go ahead and chill here. It's definitely a little bit slower is nice sometimes, but not, for the most part I do prefer the larger events. I do wish the game was a little less laggy. I don't know how much of that is like Ghost Simulator's issue versus like Roblox's issue, because I know Roblox in general, since it is like a bigger platform, has a lot more built into it than like games usually have. So you end up getting a little bit of lag just because Roblox is kind of its own platform. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like they do need to address some of the issues. I feel like they need to address quite a bit of issues with how new players play the game versus like a lot of their quality of life stuff is like, or a lot of the changes they end up making don't make too much sense in some respects. Like, I think one of them, yeah, I don't know. Like they have a lot of endgame content, but they haven't really for like the last like 2 years improved anything like in the middle game. And that's kind of where most new players are at, is that middle game area. Like once people get past that middle game, the game's actually fun. But like for that first little bit, it's a grind and it's hard to understand where to go. So I feel like they need to make something to improve that start of game experience for people. Like, I don't know exactly what. Obviously nerfing quests could be nice, but even like having like a guide or something on how to actually play through the game could actually do the same thing, where people know like which quests to actually do and stuff like that. Yeah. Is the Trinota thing the best pet in the game? In terms of stats, yes. Sandstorm is the best pet stats in the game. I'm assuming you're talking about Sandstorm, not like Pyrus, or Twister, or you know, any of these other tornado-looking stuff. But yeah, in terms of value, it's actually like pretty bad. This thing's value-wise, it's since it is so easy to unbox if you have enough gems. Like, I've unboxed 2 of them, or 3 of them at this point. People have unboxed over 20, over 30 of them. Overall, there's probably over 100 of them in-game. So it's actually not worth that much. Like, older limited stuff, like, is really easy to find stuff that's worth more than it. Dust Storm. Sandstorm. But yeah, it's not that valuable in terms of value, but in terms of stats, it does hold quite a bit of value. Yeah, I don't know exactly where it would rank in terms of value. I don't really follow values too much in Ghost Simulator. Obviously, I personally think that value lists are kind of dumb, but there's definitely arguments to be made that value lists should exist. But yeah. Yeah, a lot of stuff like limiteds that are just from long ago are actually probably worth more than it is. For instance, like all of these are limited and stuff. Even though they have lower stats, they're probably worth more than Sandstorm is. Or at least like very close to what Sandstorm is, maybe like third or quarter of it. But yeah, no, it's definitely not the end all be all of items. There's a lot of stuff worth more than it. Like event items particularly end up being a lot more than it. Yeah. Actually, my Sandstorm's almost up to level 10. That's nice. So would a Godleaf pet from the first Halloween event be more rare / valuable? Depending on which one it is. I would say almost blanket yes. But at the same time, there are people that from that first event managed to get like 40, 50 of the Godleaves from each of the pet crates. So maybe even not. For sure, if you're talking about something from the crate, from the chest, so the key chest, so Specifically, that would be, wow, I don't even remember the name of it. Crawler and, Reach. Crawler and Reach are definitely both worth, like, 5, 6, 7, 10, 20 of them. Some ridiculous amount where it's no one would even trade it for that amount. Okay. Do we have time? Yes, we almost certainly do have time. There we go. Use my event bait, and then we can go ahead and join a medium event. How many people are there? 7 players. Alright, interesting. Yeah, that's the interesting thing about this event crate. Since it does cost 500 keys, on average, without any luck boost, it takes around 250 crates to get a godly from a crate. And so 250 times 500, that's an insane amount. That's over 50,000. Actually, that's over 100,000 eggs on average you need to spend without any luck boost to get a godly from this crate, which I don't even have 100,000 eggs right now. So ideally, you'd want to be using the maximum luck boost. If you don't have like double luck or enchanted lucky gum, it's actually kind of a pain to get those get the godly. So yeah, it's actually not that, it's actually pretty hard to actually get this godly. I think average wise it's around 40 crates that you need for it if you're running like 6.6 times luck, which is enchanted gum plus double luck plus the group luck boost, which is only 20,000 eggs, but like even 20,000 eggs, that's a pretty large amount of eggs to get like a guaranteed godly from it for all the luck boosts. Like I barely have 20,000 eggs, and I'm pretty much at the top side of how many eggs people get. I'm pretty much only using loot gum. Yeah. No, 20,000 eggs is not a guaranteed. But yeah, getting that godly is a pain. There really isn't a better way to balance it in some respects, just because like people like me, if it was like only like 100 eggs or something, would be able to get thousands of the godly or something stupid like that. But yeah. So wait, what would be the rarest board in the game? Rarest board in the game is the YouTuber board. It's actually limited now, but for every YouTuber that got game could enter a code to get themselves a Fire Pegasus and a YouTuber board. Yeah, it's not really anything special, or well, it's not really anything that you can get now, but yeah, old YouTubers to the game each got one. It's worth an insane amount at this point, because it is so rare. But yeah, if you're not including that, then it would be Darkwing, the first mythical board from the Halloween 2019 event, which is actually kind of funny because it is giving away quite a bit. For some reason, devs like to do giveaways of it. But yeah. I'm just using the group luck. Yeah, if you're just using the group luck, you're gonna have to spend like 115,000 eggs for a good chance at getting the godly from the egg crate. I would recommend, if you have any lucky gum, using that. Ideally, you'd be using enchanted lucky gum, but if you don't have enchanted lucky gum, glitchy lucky gum's a fine alternative. But yeah, whatever the best lucky gum you have, it is worth using it on that egg crate, just because of how expensive that egg crate is. All right. Go ahead and use another event bait. Get ourselves a race going. What's the worst perk from quests? Actually, I have a video on like an NPC tier list that kind of goes over all that. But in general, Billy is the worst NPC in terms of perk rewards. He gives a perk, but his reward is kind of useless because it only increases your vacuum rate on the ghost you're vacuuming. We're coming last on this race. Like, there's no way around that with the lag. So ideally, we just finish as fast as possible to get this race over with to go ahead and start the next event. But yeah, Billy is pretty bad, but also Spades is also not the best with the, like, Parachute is kind of, let's see if I can even use it. Like, yeah, the Parachute isn't the best. You're much better off using, like, hover. Much better off with, like, the hoverboard and jetpack perks for movement. But yeah, in addition to those, yeah, Billy and Spades have bad ones. Other bad ones, though, are also, those obviously aren't the only bad ones in this, game. There are a few others. Actually, that's the thing. Actually, I'm looking at these. There aren't actually any useless perks other than the particle accelerator and the parachute. All the other ones are actually pretty usable now that I'm looking at them. Like, yeah, all those are game passes. Like, magnetism's very good. Multiple streams, very good. Heavy armor, very good. Turbocharger, very good. Photon blaster, I mean, it's its own thing. I wouldn't even consider it perk most of the time. It's more of like a requisite to actually playing the game because it is required for mega bosses. Then you have the particle accelerator, which is actually useless. But yeah. Yeah, I don't even really consider a photon blaster though a perk is a thing. Like, you don't really use it for playing the game naturally. It's more of just for bosses and stuff. You get it to defeat the actual bosses. Also, who's leaking ghosts? Alright, not this people. These people. Alright, I think I'll need a help over here then. If these people are leaking ghosts. But yeah, this is going to be probably the last invasion event I do, since it is the last one I have a glitchy boss gun for. But yeah. Random streams. The thing about streams is actually during this event, specifically, you can see actually the use of having 3 and 5 streams. Like 3 is obviously like, most people say you only need 3 for like the regular game. But like during events and stuff, you can actually use your 5 streams. So, it's not actually that bad. The only thing that's actually useless like 100% of the time is particle accelerator. Cause like, speeding up your vacuum of ghosts is generally not helpful whatsoever. Like even during events or other stuff, you're generally able to not even noticeable the amount it speeds up. Feather Shark's in board crate number 1. It's actually pretty worthless, to be honest. Actually, most classifieds in Ghost Simulator are pretty much worthless. Pets are at least worth something generally because they are 4 times harder to get. Okay, who's leaking now and why is it always where I'm not at? Alright, we'll go ahead and I think equip my glitchy boss gun because I don't forget about it. Lag. Hopefully things don't leak while I'm lagging. I don't know what you're talking about. This is how Ghost Simulator is supposed to be played at 999 ping. I never understood why people call it leaking enemies. Because it's a leak. They're getting through your defenses, it's leaking. Like, if something goes through a pipe, it's leaking. But yeah. Alright, now that we aren't lagging, we should be able to clear up the last 2 waves pretty quickly. Yeah, it's a very simple. Anyone here have pizza except for me? No, I think it's just you that's eating pizza right now. But yeah, last or 2 more waves, I guess. Hopefully people can find that last ghost. Like, I know it's kind of hard to find this last ghost, but like, shouldn't be too bad. Alright. We'll go ahead and use the glitchy boss gun now so I don't forget to use it later. Because there's no way the last 2 waves take 2 minutes. Yeah, alright, there we go. Six, 5, 4. Okay, people got that. Don't need to go help. So is this it? Yeah, this is going to be the last invasion I do on stream. You guys can continue grinding in the private server you guys want to. I will be leaving, but if you guys want to, you can definitely continue grinding, create your own little party in my private server. If you guys want to, obviously. Or if you guys want to, you can like copy that private server link over and give it to like 20 of your friends. And then when I'm not streaming, you guys can go ahead and create a little party in my own private server with all your friends. And then just, you know, abuse the fact that you have my private server link. I have actually nothing against that, to be honest. You guys feel free to go ahead and share this private server with whoever you want and then do that. But yeah. Yeah, I'll probably end up doing some more of these streams where I do allow people to go ahead, join me and help me with them. I think it's probably the most effective way to be grinding this event. Like, I spent an hour and 30 minutes or something grinding, and we got, what did we get? Like, 68 keys, so it's pretty productive. But yeah, with that, that will be the end of the stream. Thank you guys for coming up. It's always nice to have people during this event. It's really nice to have other people to help with it. I've done a few solo on the large event. Those are not possible solo, so good to have you guys to help out.